We are live. What's up, everybody? I'm excited to be here. I always like my live Sundays. I look forward to it all week. All right, so after watching some of the old live videos, I find sometimes I miss answering questions you guys comment on the live feed. So always make sure you comment below in the comment section after I put this, upload this video live to my channel. Ask questions in those comments, and then I can answer them in next week's video. So that's what I did. Today I'm answering questions from last week's video and from my community page where I asked what do you guys want me to talk about today. All right, I find it easier that way, so then I'm not jumping all over the place or missing questions because I only see it for 33 seconds on here. Okay, so I'm gonna answer a few questions from the page. I'm excited, I love getting these questions, it's really cool. And I'm also gonna talk about hosting single fitness events. All right, so I'll talk about that after the questions. What do I mean by that? I don't know, we will see, but it's definitely something I've done for years. And if you're not doing, you have to do. And I wanna hear what things you guys are doing because maybe we can learn from each other. All right, so from Immortal Mexican, what's up, dude? I know you watch your videos and you're working hard there. Follow him on Instagram. He does some really cool stuff with his clients too. Maybe I can tag him in the comments after. He asked, calling people out in my class, does it ever offend them? And if it does, how do you maintain that relationship? So like you see in my videos, sometimes I'm calling people out like, Johnny, what are you doing? You're quitting. Everybody, we're doing 10 more because of Johnny. Or, hey, new girl, what's going on? Da, 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 that kind of call out. Now, it definitely is an art form. You have to really know, we have to read it as trainers. You have to read your crew and know who you can pick on and who you can't. You might notice in my videos, there's certain people I call out more than others because you can kind of read your crowd and you know that if Tiffany in your class is super quiet, kind of church mousey, doesn't talk a lot, she just likes to come in, do her workout and leave, then you're probably not going to call her out and yell at her. Hey girl, hey, hi, from Egypt. Oh yeah, living in Saudi Arabia, cool. So I'm not going to call Tiffany out because I can tell she's more an introvert and she wouldn't like it. But if I did at one point call Tiffany, the quiet church mouse, out and I got a weird vibe and I realized she didn't like it, I wouldn't just leave that. I would definitely reach out to her if I got a point during class, or I would talk to her after class, or I would message her and I'd just say, hey, maybe I made you feel uncomfortable. I'm sorry. I definitely didn't mean it. Hey Juan. Hey, Jose. I definitely didn't mean it. And I hope that, you come back to class and you understand it's just me being a trainer and being excited and trying to push you. And she might say, hey, no, I don't mind at all. I was just startled. Then you can keep doing it because you don't want to stop if she does like it. And then she might be thinking, hey, why isn't he yelling at me anymore? Or is she yelling at me anymore? Does she not know I'm here? What's up, Neverlands? So it's definitely a fine balance. As you can see, there's so many ways you could go about this. So you have to read your crowd. And if you think you offended someone, reach out to them. Don't ignore it because they might not come back. I definitely know that if I call out most of the people in my class are pretty good for it. And I know if I call out some of them, the other ones are going to work hard too because they're like, oh, I don't want her calling me out, or I don't want to be the one making the class do more. I'm going to do these push-ups. I'm not stopping. And I'll yell out, everybody push hard. I'm watching you all like hawks. Anyone stops or quits, we're all doing more. So making it kind of a group call out can be a good way to avoid that. Or definitely you just have to really read the crowd and make sure everyone's kind of, comfortable with it or not. Okay, so, and then you also he asked two questions. Programming, how I make my program. Instructor, I meant other instructors who imitate what I do. Oh, okay. Okay, so he asked, how do you program your workouts? Not the individual ones, but over the month or two. Do you have less intense boot camps or more to work up towards, or do you just kick their asses every single time? My style of training, I pretty much kick their asses every single time. I don't have beginner workouts. I do kind of work with clients individually because I've had people with me 8-9 years. They don't want to do an easier class. It really depends what you teach. If you have a lot of newbies and you're not teaching more of that extreme type of training, you could say, hey, Mondays are going to be beginner hour from 6 to 7 and then advanced hour from 7 to 8. So you might want to add in a beginner. I just kind of do that kick ass, intense training like you see. So every single workout, I'm pretty much kicking their butts. But I've mentioned this before in my videos, every day I kind of target something different and there's a different strategy to each day. So like Mondays is like cardio day, Tuesdays is more like body toning, Wednesdays is, you know, a core, this or that. So like kind of making your classes different. So it's giving them like the results they need in that way. But I don't have like easier classes and harder classes. They're all just like really hard. But like I said, individualizing it and seeing those new people and saying, look, my crew, some of them with me 10 years, they're doing it like this way. I don't want you doing it with weights today. And they're like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, I don't think I could. You definitely got to make sure you get to those new people or the people that aren't as fit and let them know you can do it a little easier this way because you're going to work your way up. So that's also a big balance. Our jobs as trainers is like all over the place. It's very like a balanced thing. That's why after that hour class, we're like drained. And you don't realize what you're putting into it. So be proud of yourselves because we are working hard. We are, entertaining our crew. We're making it fun, a positive place for everyone to come to. We're giving that individual attention in a big class setting so people don't feel like just a number, like they don't really count. We're choosing who we can call out and who we can't. We're making a hard workout. There's a lot on our plate. So it's tough for us, but we're good at it. And if your heart's there, Croatia, what's up? Then it's all good. So I hope that helps. Immortal Mexican 33. I'll answer more on the community page. I got some more stuff I can say about that. Checked out YouTube with Jake Clement for sup racing. Yeah, Dan, I was gonna get to you. I'll get to you next. First, let's talk about it now. There's no order. Okay, so Jake, you wanna get into sup racing. Some of you might not be into this, but you can at least listen in. I have a video with Jake training for sup racing. And you know what, Dan, to be honest, I did like some core stuff with him there in the grass, I believe. I didn't have time to look at the video, but I remember it was just like core stuff on the grass, on the lawn. We did a lot of like plank and shoulder push-up stuff, maybe some leg and glutes, because that's really what you want to work on too. Paddling isn't just shoulders and back. It's actually a lot of like glutes and hips, right? Because when you're paddling, you're bending and you're like kind of driving with your back and your hips. So Dan's wondering about SUP racing. SUP stands for stand-up paddle. We do a stand-up paddleboard business here. So he's asking how he can train because he wants to get into SUP racing. I have some SUP videos in my channel. If you want to know more about that, you can like search in my search engine SUP stuff and you'll see. It's definitely a great workout. So Jake or Dan, I would say like a lot of my plank videos, if you put plank in the search engine or core stuff, you can, any of those is good. What we've done too for all of us is we'll get on the water on a paddleboard and we tie a rope around our waist, and then we have someone in a kayak behind with weights. Maybe it's not that safe. I don't know. Weights in a kayak seems a bit crazy, but we're crazy sometimes. So we'd have but kayakers, kayaks can hold a lot of weight. Do you speak French, Danielle? Comme ci, comme ça, petit, petit. I wish I knew more. So yeah, Dan, we'd have, say, Jake paddling ahead with the paddle, rope around him, a rope attached to the kayak, and he's pulling me in the kayak, and I have weights in my hand. And I was even like doing some shoulder press. I think we have that in the video. Maybe you saw that. So doing that kind of thing. But it's a lot of glutes, more than you would think that it isn't. Now, also doing like paddleboard stuff, paddleboard workouts on your paddleboard, doing squats, holding a squat down low on your paddleboard and like rocking your board as hard as you can, laying on your board and paddling with your arms like a prone style. I have some paddleboard workout videos, so maybe check those out on my page too. I'll answer some more stuff here because a lot of the people I think listening are into the SUP stuff. So I'll get on there and I'll tell you some more stuff for sure. But you said shoulders and back, it's actually a lot of glutes, maybe more glutes than anything, because you're locking those arms and you're kind of like pulling with your like lower back and glutes. All right, now, I don't know if I say it wrong. Let me know. Okay, I want to ask, how do I deal with other trainers who take your ideas and thoughts and preparations and use them themselves? Oh, well, who cares, girl? Don't let it bother you. Watching all the way from living room with your dad. Hey, honey, that's my husband. You're funny. Hey, Dad. Yeah, so I would say, don't focus on others. Exactly, Ligia. Who cares if they copy you? Because you're doing your thing and you're working hard. And like we talked about in competition last week, whatever, let them copy you. People will know that it came from you, and their clients are probably saying, oh, they got that from her. Take it as a compliment. Brianna says, yes, exactly. Don't let it bother you. Be happy about it. Be like, hey, I must be doing something good if she's copying me. I see trainers all the time doing stuff I'm doing, even some locally, because I share my videos and then they share videos. I'm like, hey, those are my moves, but maybe it's not, workout stuff. It's all the same. Every class has squats and running, and it's a lot of it. We all know those moves. It's just how you combo them. So I would take it as a compliment. I wouldn't let it bother you. Don't even think about it anymore. Just focus on you and what you're doing. And if anything, give her some ideas. Help. We all want to build each other up as trainers. We can't have that competition. It needs to be we just want people getting in shape in the end. Okay. So Kimberly asked about startups. To start up, if you were starting up, how do you keep that variety? And I'm mixing up the questions. Sorry, Kimberly said, start up. Sorry, guys. A lot of questions here. Okay, if you could give one piece of advice for new boot camp, how would you go about it? Oh, I was reading my answer. Okay, what I would do is my number one piece of advice for new people running classes for the first time that I wish I knew back in the day because I didn't do it, was having each class in the week different, like a different thing. And I've talked about this before in my videos, but back in the day I would do boot camp style circuits every single day of the week. And I found people would only come 1 to 2 times a week, and they had a bunch of other stuff they did. As soon as I changed it over to Mondays is cardio, stair, kind of boot camp. Tuesdays is lighter weights, but more of a HIIT class. Wednesdays is a core, stair class. Thursdays is heavy weights, lower rep, slow movements. Saturdays is boxing, body working, the mat pushes. As soon as I kind of changed up every day to be different, that's when I found my numbers grew huge. So you need to stop, sit back, look at your week and think, what am I teaching and who's coming? Maybe start writing down. And this is what made me realize, because I was writing down attendance. Okay, I had 5 tonight or 20 tonight. Write down your numbers and see what people are coming to and ask them. Kimberly, say, hey, what kind of classes would you like to see me do? All right, so this is good for anyone, even if you've been doing it a long time and you're like, man, I'm 3 years in and I don't have a lot of people in my class. What am I doing wrong? Maybe you need to change up what you're doing in your classes. So, making it different each class. So now I have these clients that are with me forever and they don't want to miss class because they know, oh, well, Monday I'm doing this and Thursday is the heavyweight. I got to go to every class. So at that point is when I noticed a lot of people started quitting their gym memberships and just coming because I was offering everything they need. We can't just do that fast-paced HIIT workout every single day. They need the heavy weights. And it sucks for us trainers a bit because we got to go invest in those heavy weights, but you have to do it. So I invested hundreds of dollars into heavy weights. Oh, they keep saying they're their ideas. Oh, well, let them say it's their ideas. Don't let it bug ya. You could say, hey, no, those were my ideas, but it's not worth wasting your time. Aya just said the trainers that were stealing her ideas were saying that they were their ideas. You know what? You don't want to get in that battle and war because it just makes you look bad. So people know really where it came from because the people talk, all right? Clients talk and they know if they did it with you first. And, that's why you got to do video and pictures. And because then if you're sharing videos of you doing this on your Facebook or your Instagram or your website, then, proof is in the timeline. Who's doing it first? Who's posting it first? It didn't happen if there wasn't a picture or a video. All right. So yes, we covered that. We covered the SUP thing. Now, what else do I have here? Terry, will make new idea. Yeah, make new ideas. Keep making new ideas. It lights a fire in you to want to do more and think ahead and plan more. It's like that fire in you. So take it as a positive and be better. Terry said, love core training. If you could elaborate on working from the core out. So it's something I always say that when I'm in a school or something or a class, I'll say, okay, guys, we're working from our core outwards. We're working from the inside outside of our limbs. And if we build our core strong, greatness builds outwards. What I mean by this is the center. This is our core. Make this strong, because if your core is strong, your core is what helps you lift weights. If you notice when your core is really strong and you're bi curling or you're doing heavy squats or you're doing chin-ups, when your core is strong, you just do all of that better. You can lift heavier. You're less likely to get injured. So having that strong core, building it out, meaning like from the center. Like we do tons of plank moves. We'll do like plank moves with weights or with cables. We'll do planks on Bosu balls or decline planks, working that plank into so many different variations that it's working your muscles differently. The center of your core out. This is like the strongest part. When this is strong, greatness builds out and I can do more. I can run faster. If you're into sports or hockey or football, whatever it may be, you know, it's harder to check me or push me over. I used to play hockey. I play like a night class with a bunch of like old men, and they would knock into me and go flying. And they're just like, what is up with you? Like they would run into me to try and like not check me, but like whatever, grab the puck, and they just go flying. But because my core was so strong, they couldn't move me. So that's what I mean about that. All right, okay, I'm gonna get into what I wanted to talk about now myself is about hosting single live events. What do I mean by this? So sometimes we have ideas and it's like, oh, I wanna do this kind of class or that kind of class. But instead of just putting it on your schedule and say, okay, every Wednesday I'm gonna do this style class, you don't know if it's gonna be like a hit or not. So trying just one. Or it's something so big that you couldn't do weekly. Here's some examples. So we have on our YouTube channel, I don't know if any of you guys have watched it, our concert workouts. They're like those like AXFIT, rock concert workouts. That you wouldn't do weekly because it's just like huge planning, costs some money. So, and you want to do it maybe outside or you got to find a building indoors. So have any of you guys tried one of those? And if not, and this is the first you heard of it, plan it for the summer because you have months ahead now to plan this concert workout. And I'll tell you, my people in Windsor love it. I would get a couple hundred people that would come and people always say, when are you going to do that concert workout again? It was awesome. It was so much fun. I came with my kids. I never experienced anything like that. So what it was, a couple times I did a DJ, a couple times I did a live band. I get a DJ or a live band. I made a stage. One time we made a stage out of like crates and wood. One time we rented a stage. One time we were at like a place where they had a stage. And so I had a live band, DJ, and then me. And it was just like working the floor. And then hundreds of people in front. I told them just bring a towel or a mat. There was no equipment. And it was just like that on-spot working where you're like, okay, we're going footballs, let's go. And then I have them do footballs for 30 seconds a minute. And then we're down, we're doing push-ups, just things on spot. There was no like running or doing any kind of like movements. Everybody stayed right in their spot and we just rocked it for that time frame. I'm running out of breath. I'm talking so fast. I'm gonna take a breath for a second. I'm feeling dizzy. All right, it's getting hot in here. I have this like hot lamp on me. I suggested to make an outdoor event to my boss and they agreed and we are preparing. Awesome, good job. Yeah, so guys, make a concert workout. And if you wanna know more, after I upload, comment below, ask me some questions, or if you've done this, let's share ideas with each other. Most of us are trainers from all different places of the world, so we're all doing different things and we can definitely learn. Let's make this a platform to learn from each other. So I wanna hear some of your ideas down below. The concert workout was awesome though. It was my favorite thing. I felt one time at a rock band, they were like, kind of like reminded me of like, I don't know, they were like an 80s rock band, long hair, and they were amazing. And they were like, it was like 8, 9 in the morning and they were like, "Rah!" like screaming into the streets. And I'm just like up there and I dressed kind of rock and we're working out to this live music. Like you're feeling it pound in your chest. It was amazing. You guys have to please, if you can do anything for me, host a concert workout in your city, take pictures, videos, I wanna see, all right? We're gonna do one again this summer. I will say we did an hour and I found it too long. My husband, you're watching, you were right. I'm always like, no, it has to be an hour. No, it has to be an hour. It's too long. Working on spot like that, and you get a lot of people that have never been. Sounds so fun, I know. They aren't in shape to just kick ass on spot. Even the clients I've had 8, 10 years, that on-spot training that you ever see me do in my classes, that is the hardest stuff, like where you're just on spot and you're doing football, down, push up, and then we're doing a bunch of squats and we're doing like planks and tucks and like, I kind of write a routine, but then when I get up there, I kind of just make it up as I go. I read the crowd and we're just like up, down, then we slow it down with some abs, this and that. You have to do one of these, you have to. Okay, on to the next type of thing that I mean. Maybe like we do these like unleash classes I've talked about, different places in the city take off and do those, post up a map on your social media, people meet there. I pop those up like once, twice a month. Those always do well, attracts a different type of crowd. And then another one is like a 2-3 hour boot camp. In the descriptions below, after I'll put a link to some of my 2-3 hour boot camp videos I have, and I'll also put my concert workout videos for you guys to check out. But The 2-3 hour boot camps are really fun. Those I make kind of like competitions. Like you saw my Christmas one, there was like those fun group competition stuff. I have a lot of other videos. I always had a scoreboard. I told people, hey, you gotta like come as a team, get a group of 5. Sometimes I did groups of 2. Sometimes I did groups of 8 or 4. Or I just made teams when they got there. Really whatever kind of logistics you wanna do. And then we had a scoreboard and we had points, and I'd bring prizes, and I would bring like a thing of like peanut butter sandwiches and apples and fruit. And I charged $20. So sometimes I get 40, 50 people there in this 2-3 hour boot camp, and you can make a couple $100, and it's just so much fun. And it's kind of like the Olympics of your training style. Guys, we've been doing push-ups and we've been doing squats and we've been doing this stuff. Now let's put it to the test. Who can do it better? Hey, Axe, can your weight classes make big gluteus? If you have any advice for, I kind of missed that. Something about making our booties bigger. Everyone wants that big butt nowadays. You saw the Christmas video and it was fun. Well, I didn't read your whole question about the big booty, but go heavy, do a lot of squats, get low, do some inner outer kind of drills. There's so much online nowadays. Instagram's like swarmed with like butt workouts. You can find lots on there too, I'm sure. But my classes, yeah, we do a lot of different types of conditioning. Hill workouts, those like hill runs, Stairmasters, that all works your booty. So that kind of thing. Yeah. You got this. Okay, so something new I want to try, and the reason I talked about this single event topic, because I want to know, is any of you guys doing like a parent and like kid class? Like a parent and like a 3 to 6 year old, like a kid you could hold, like up to the weight of a child you could hold, maybe like 5 or 6? Laugh my butt off. So is anybody doing this kind of class? Because I think I'm going to throw my first ever parent and kid, I got to think of a cool name, class this spring. Because I think it'd be really neat if it's like, okay, I go with my like 5-year-old and like it's competitions, and it's like, because 3-year-olds can run 3 to 5, and it's like, all right, my son or daughter sprints to the first pile and back, then I sprint, and then the next we're kind of doing the suicides, and then I got to put them on my back and run up a hill, or I got to hold them out front and do some squats. So it's kind of like this kid is doing this workout with their parent, and there's points and there's prizes, and then like these kids are feeling amazing because they're a part of the workout with their parents for once, instead of just maybe sitting on the sidelines or doing stuff at home. So this is something I'm planning. If anyone wants to do it and plan it with me, we can like maybe pick a mutual date, like for like, I'm thinking May, because by May people are kind of like, it's spring, they want to do something outside, they're tired of like the cold weather, That's a great idea, very popular in London. Tell me more, Phil. What do they do? It's that hard for kids. Is that hard for kids? No way. The kids can do it. They have so much energy. Phil, we want to know more. Have you done this? Do people do it? Send us some links, some pictures. What's the scoop? But I'm just picturing like parents holding their kids, and like everyone's just having fun and laughing. Maybe, parents doing planks with their kids on their back. What parent can hold it longest? And the kids cheering on mom and dad. Come on, don't quit. Like, I want to win that prize. So that's my plan. That's the new class I've never done that I'm like kind of spinning my wheels thinking about. So I want some advice if anyone's done it. How do we market these new single event classes? Social media, of course. Maybe you put posters out there, old school, like getting out and just telling people. But definitely Facebook's a good way to go. Just sharing pictures, say share this. And if it's something cool enough, people are going to share the shit out of it. Sweat and tots. Ooh, John, tell us more. After I upload the video, John, I better see a comment from you about this sweat and tots. I want to know more about it. So we can all check out what John says after. We're waiting for it. This video will be up and loaded shortly, so you can get that out for us. You and Phil, John and Phil. Okay, John, thumbs up, he says. So definitely going on Facebook and sharing it, and then also going onto Facebook forums, like, okay, where would tots and maybe like some kind of community center, or maybe I got to go on to like a daycare Facebook page, or any kind of pages that involve children, and post it in there, or comment or message the admin saying, hey, do you mind sharing this? Okay, so sometimes you got to think, don't just post on your page, but who has pages out there that I can reach out to that, is that type of, in that like demographic that can share it too. All right. Maybe you make it like some kind of charity event. Like it's like, hey, it's $20 like a thing, but it's going to go to kids in sports, Phil, please share with us what you know about it. Sounds great. See, we're all excited. John, Phil, give us some info on this. All right, guys, I'm wrapping it up. If you have any questions, anything you want to know for next Sunday's video, comment on this video. And if you didn't watch us live and you watch us later, thanks for watching. And comment down below what you want to talk about next week, okay? Or anything you want to teach us. I really can't say this enough. I want this to be a platform for all of us trainers. I feel like some of us are getting to know each other every week. It's really cool. When are these live videos? Kiefer. Oh, what's up, Kiefer? Sunday at the same time? Yes, Kiefer, every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. So I don't know where you live in the world and what time it is, but we're on at this time every day. I do about 15 to 25 minutes. I'm getting long here. It's fun. It's hard to get off sometimes. Okay, bye everybody. Thanks for watching. And let's get on top of doing a new event in our city this spring. Tell me what it's gonna be below. And if anyone wants to do the sweat and tot, I might think of my own different name myself too, just to kind of keep it fresh. Let's do it, okay? Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching and have an awesome week. Kick your clients' butts, keep it fresh, and have fun. All right, bye. Boom. Yes.